Greetings. Happy Sunday. All right, y'all. I barely made it in here today. I want y'all to know that this Mercury retrograde is giving me a real run for my money. And if I didn't have astrology, if I didn't understand to go look and see where the placements are, and I was just in my own experience and feeling things, I would not be okay. Like, astrology is a life changer and a lifesaver, if you ask me. So, today the sun is in Libra, and Sunday is the day that the sun rules. And Libra, and the sun is in Libra at the 10th degree of Libra. And so, oh my gosh, I'm so exhausted. I don't even know how to, my body is still shifting through stuff. So much so that I got a reading this morning from Michael Lennox, who's a friend of mine. Many people in the astrology community, we sort of work together in various ways and stuff like that. But I actually met Michael probably about a decade ago almost now. And I met him at a mutual friend of ours' house who was like a child actor. And I wasn't even an astrologer when I met him, and since became an astrologer. And he really is, like, he fucking helped me so much today. Like, he really did, right? So yesterday I was talking about the shadow and how much the shadow helps us gain power, but how you have to do it. And so he looked at my chart today, and I am in the midst of some really deep shadow stuff. And I think that, if depending on where Mercury is retrograding in your chart, like I have Mercury in Libra, I also have Venus in Libra, and I have my South Node in Libra. And Mercury is retrograding over all those things in my life. And so I got past life stuff that's up. I have childhood trauma that's up. I have like all of my old stuff that needs to really be let go of. And it's like, like have you ever been in places that have been sterilized and they are fucking clean? Let me tell y'all, the cleanest place in the whole world to me, right? This is so hilarious. When I was, and then I'm going to remember to come back to what I'm talking about, but when I was a new mother, I really wanted my son to go to Disneyland, but I hated Disneyland. I hated it. I was just like, it doesn't make any sense how much money it costs. Like, I just hated Disneyland. And so I was always joking that I needed somebody to take him. Like, I would pay for it, but I don't want to go myself. And then one day his grandparents called, and they lived in another state, and they were like, we're coming and we're taking everybody to Disneyland. So we're going to take the whole family to Disneyland. Now, this is my son's father's mother. These are people that I'm married into when I was married. So I was like, okay, I'll fucking go to Disneyland. Like, why not? But I had no understanding. I hadn't been since I was a child, right? When I got to Disneyland, I was like, oh my God, it really is the happiest place on earth. The bathroom floors were so clean. Every part of that park was so clean. And I just was completely in awe of the cleanliness of it. It is an amusement park with people tracking and coming and going and eating and dirt and sweat and funk and all of that, right? And rides and all of that. But that motherfucker is clean. I was like, oh, this is great. And so my point being that I feel like I'm really being sterilized right now. I feel like I'm being cleaned out to the very fucking bottom of myself. And I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing but just sort of lay around and whine and wah, like literally that's all I can do. And when night comes, I'm excited because then I can go to sleep. I'm like, all right, we can go to sleep now. But when I'm awake, I feel irritable and cranky, and I have to drink these bitters, which are yucky, and like, cause my digestion is still off. Like I told you guys yesterday, I had diarrhea from drinking the water, and But when I talked to Michael today, he was able to show it all to me in my chart, and that's why I'm saying astrology is so fucking amazing. Because when I was young, I used to have a lot of these very intense transits, and because I didn't have astrology, I just got caught in the story. I just got caught in the drama and the energy, and I would just be in a web of stuff, and I was suicidal and sad and depressed. Now, don't get me wrong, there was shit going on in my life that had every reason for me to be whatever was happening. But I really believe that if we know astrology, we can just have a different experience of this stuff. I really believe that. And so to my point, I feel like I'm being sterilized, like to the very bottom, you know what I mean? Like bleach being poured over the floors and everything being washed down. That's what I feel like is going on inside of my consciousness, inside of my body. I just feel like I can feel it all. And the astrology is helping me trust it. The astrology is helping me realize that I'm okay, I'm safe, I don't have to create any stories, and this is going to pass. And I'm gonna go to Disneyland, but they won't let me in because I don't have a vaccination. Anyway, but so the sun is at the 10th degree of Libra. And the 10th degree of Libra is reciprocity. And Mars is conjunct the sun, and the moon is in Virgo. So our relationships, we're really being asked to look at how we relate. Honestly, that's the only thing that's really going on. And we're about to have a new moon in Libra, and this sun is opposite Chiron, you guys. So Chiron is the wounded healer, all right? The wounded healer. So literally, we are being asked to look at our own wounds, our traumas, our stuff, so that we can heal ourselves right now, so that we can know the truth about who we were in those situations and in those circumstances. And what is your story about it? Like really, it is such this is an opportunity for us to really tell ourselves a new story about our childhoods and the traumas and the pains and all that sort of stuff. And, I have to say, I've been really processing. I had a relationship end a couple of years ago that I had been in for 40 years, and I have been I hadn't really had a chance to, I've been in school and I've been learning and I've been studying and I've been doing this deep priestess work, this work to become a healer and magical. It is the most intense work I've ever done in my life, okay? There is nothing like this work. And when I tell you, it's not even something like to honor the soul's process. For me, you can't go to school for this shit. Really, I've studied, I've been studying astrology, I've been studying crystals, I've been studying herbs, I've gotten my Reiki training, like all of this stuff, tarot, everything, really. Like, it's like I've created an entire system of study for myself over the last decade to really birth myself into this being who is magical. Who can look at people's charts and say, this is what's going on and this is what you need to do. This stuff is no joke. This is, my skin has been peeling off. Like, I've had to go into the depths of myself to understand my own shadow, my own pain, my own turmoil, my own insanity, my own joy, so that I could meet people where they are. so that the work that I can do with people is honest. You can't, this stuff is not for play. Anybody, this work is really profound and deep. And coming out of this black body as a black woman through the lineage that we've come through and understanding energy the way that I do and that I've taught myself to understand it and studied and, read all these books and gone to Egypt and sat with hundreds of clients, to face ourselves, our truth, our power, our depths, our shadows, to access our power is a real walk that's not for the faint of heart. It is not for the faint of heart. And it's so necessary now, though, because this shit is not for play, is what I want to say. This world is turning inside out and upside down, and there is a force that is completely alive, that is invisible and unseen, that is working to dismantle the powers that be. And I am not fucking lying to you guys, and I had no idea that I was going to say this to you today. But this stuff is coming undone, and let me tell you, there's a part of me that it's kind of strange because, I want to be repent, Jesus, but that's not what it is. It's not that kind of church, Jesus Christ, repent. That's not what it is. It's not what they taught us. It's the power in your DNA for you to realize that you are the Christ, that it can be nowhere else but through you. And any ways that we have thrown ourselves away, abandoned ourselves, abused ourselves, not acknowledge the truth of who we are, look to others to affirm who we are, we have to forgive ourselves for that. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Because you are the embodiment of God. You are the embodiment of Christ. You are the risen one. You are. It's amazing. It's amazing. And all you need to do is ask. I remember when I sat down and asked. I remember when I sat down. I was turning 48 years old, and I said to God, okay, I don't know what you want me to do, but you better figure it out and let me know, because if you don't let me know, I'm leaving this motherfucker. And I put a challenge out in the universe, and the universe heard me. And ever since then, all the stuff that I felt as a child, that I believed in, that wasn't being taught in schools, that was being taught incorrectly in Christianity, the real ask and it is given is a real thing. Miracles abound. I'm telling y'all, like practical fucking miracles every day. Like the stuff they said Jesus Christ can do, we are about to start waking up into that. Our power, this Pluto return, is going to shake up the old structures and return the power to where it was meant to be. Y'all better wake up if y'all not up. I'm telling you. It sounds crazy, but it's not. It's true. It's true. And I'm saying this because I'm not special. I'm not special. The magic that I have going on, we all are about to have going on. We might need to do some work to clear up the energy so that it can flow correctly, but my shit is not special. And that is the work that I want us to understand. If you have not watched the documentary on John of God on Netflix, go fucking watch it. Because this idea, this man, I watched this documentary, and I watched this documentary, and this motherfucker was a healer. He was doing motherfucking miracles. He was doing it. And he was also raping and molesting and, doing all of that. And it's so interesting because that's what I want to say. This energy is real. And when we deify people, we give them our energy. We give them our power. And we open up. When we believe that other people are God over us, that people can do things that we can't do, we really fuck ourselves up. That's an abandonment. That's a self-abandonment. Because you are capable of healing your body. You are capable of doing everything that Jesus Christ, you are capable of it all. You got to clear up your trauma and shift your mind so you can access your power. So in this John of God documentary, this man was moving energy. This man was doing like, whoa. I mean, wow. And when you work with energy, the energy has to express. And energy is light and dark. Energy is not just some happy-go-lucky Santa Claus bullshit. I'm telling y'all, I'm doing the work to heal myself now. And this shadow work is, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. And I am in the depths of it. And I'm telling you, I can't move. I cannot move. And I'm having to spend time going into the depths of the shadow. And if the people you're going to have support you heal haven't done their own shadow work, it's brutal. It is so brutal. It's so brutal. A couple of times last year, I had some stuff show up because a part of my shadow work is I have a hard time saying no. I'm such a fucking people pleaser. I have Mercury and Venus in Libra in the 7th house. So my tendency is to say yes, and I'm a Pisces rising, right? So my tendency is to say yes to people before I say no. And when I tell the truth about, I really don't like people. I'm a Virgo, you guys. I'm a Virgo. But anybody who works with me knows how kind I am and how, because I don't like to be mean or anything, but I don't feel good around people. That's the truth. I don't feel good around people. I'm so sensitive. I can feel everybody's stuff. And so it doesn't feel good for me to be around people. And so, doing the shadow work is really just forcing me to tell the truth. No, I don't want to. No, thank you. Whatever. Like really being honest with myself about how I feel and what I want to engage in, and not just doing it because people want me to do it, and really protecting my energy. And the shadow work is just, I realize that I have had people in my life for long periods of time that I didn't actually really like, honestly, or feel good around. Let me say it that way. I didn't feel good around them. But I just did it because I thought I should, or I was being nice, or so as I'm deconstructing all this retrograde stuff, I don't know who I'm gonna be. I really don't know who I'm gonna be on the end of this, I really don't. But I know that I'm gonna be of service. I might not have no friends. But I'm going to do my work, and I'm going to do it well, because that's what I was born to do. So, like I said, I might not have no friends. I might be all by myself, but my work will be the evidence of God's energy in my life. And that's what I care about. I care about my integrity. I care about being able to serve. I care about being able to transform this planet, because I'm so clear that I was born to be, one of the people, and there are millions of us, okay? If you're listening to me, you're one of us, right? We were born for this time. We were born to be the ones that break away from the old construct and begin to build the new reality. We were born for this. It's not a mistake. Ages change, and we are living through an age change. So today, reciprocity, the sun at the 10th degree of Libra, reciprocity. about to be conjunct the new moon. And so literally it's asking you to be true to who you really are, and do the work to forgive yourself for the ways that you've abandoned yourself and abused yourself and doubted yourself, and really didn't, and believe the lies they told us to believe. I'm telling y'all, let me tell y'all, it's such a motherfucking conspiracy to keep black people out of their awareness of who they are. I was in Egypt looking on pyramid walls of people with cornrows and noses and lips and just black people, right? While they are saying that these are not black people. You can see them. There is a profound conspiracy to keep black people ignorant. Why is that? Why? Because we magical as fuck. We are tapped in to the divine codes of the universe. This earth was built through us. We are the evolutionary beings of the earth. And so if we evolve, everybody has to evolve behind us because of the energy. Because of the energy. And that's why they told us a story about Jesus Christ like there was only one, rather than there are countless Christ consciousnesses, that everybody, because they don't want you to even believe you can evolve. They don't want you to even believe you can wake up. But you can't hide it no more. It's over. It's over. The old is done. The old is done. So, today, so the reciprocity, forgive yourself. The moon is in Virgo, and in the forgiveness, you are healing yourself, because that's what the moon in Virgo is. It's healing. And what I want y'all to know is when you heal yourself, the energies start becoming so clear. You start seeing things faster. Things start happening faster. When you start healing the old patterns and looking at them and holding yourself accountable and being in integrity and, looking at your shadow and seeing where you're lying and seeing where you're hiding out and, tell yourself the truth. Like looking at your addictions, right? Look at your fucking addictions, right? And it's okay, because this earth realm is not fucking easy to do, right? So you don't have to judge yourself. Just tell the truth. Just don't deny yourself. Just tell yourself the truth. What's the fucking lie about? So we have a new moon coming. And on the 6th, and all the retrogrades. So on the 6th, Pluto is going direct. Yay! Pluto goes direct. Yay! Pluto goes direct. And then I think the 10th, Jupiter goes direct. And then Saturn is going direct. Oh, and then Mercury goes direct on the 18th. I mean, So it's okay, like things are going to start turning around, and that's going to really release some of the pressure, right? Some of us who are feeling a lot of pressure, it'll release some of the pressure. And so set your intentions for who you are. Really, like, allow yourself to get clear about what you feel called to. What spirit is, what are you born for? What are you born for, right? And I really, and you don't ever have to think about how. The Spirit of God is listening to you, in you, around you. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it is you want, you don't want it because you want it. You want it because God wants you to have that through you. That's why you want it. You want it and it wants you. So, like, I want to start a school that is totally based on astrological, like everything. The kids, everybody understands the astrology, what they're doing. We live our lives by rituals. Like, I am just, and it becomes normal. This is the building to the new world, that we come back to our ancient ways. Let me tell y'all, my cats are just getting on my nerves so bad. Like I'm telling you, I can't stand anybody right now. She just be sitting up under me, and I just, like, literally, they are just up under me, and I'm like, you guys, I can't stand it. Please leave me alone. But they won't. Look at her. And guess is what I can't stand. You see how sweet she looks? She's really that sweet. I mean, really, like, as sweet as she looks, she is really that sweet. And the other one is even sweeter. And I have been at war with these cats. Oh my God, I have been at war with them. I want them to leave me alone. But they won't leave me alone. They won't leave me alone. And I just am like, okay. Anyway, so, all right, y'all. I'm about to go. I encourage y'all to go watch John of God. And it's a hard thing to watch, right? It really is hard to watch. But the energy, it's really important to understand that energy has to play out. It has to play out. And so where this man was really fucking healing people, moving brain tumors out of people's heads and sticking, like, this motherfucker was doing stuff that, I mean, it was no joke. But the energy, because if the shadow work isn't done, all of that turns into sexual energy. And so he was doing all sorts of other stuff. And you know, and they will call the entities and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, this entity stuff is real, y'all. Like, you know, it could be very well true that this man was under the influence of an entity, and the entities were doing all sorts of stuff through him and all of that sort of stuff. I mean, it's so important to understand this stuff is not to be played with. It really is not. And I didn't know. But I'm so glad that I couldn't get it until I was later in life, because I was always magical and I didn't know how to use my magic, but I used to use it because I didn't really think I was doing anything. And now that I have healed myself and I see how the energy moves and I see how consciousness works, it is a real thing, and it is not to be played with. It is not to be played with. And if anybody knows what I'm talking about, I you know, give me an amen or whatever, because it really is real. And so, you know, these healers, some people, sometimes they misuse their power because they're not, you have to be pure of heart. You have to be pure of heart. And whatever is in your heart is going to come out. That's what I'm saying. You got to do the shadow work. Because whatever's in your heart is going to come out. You're not going to be able to hide it. And it will show up. And so as his power grew and he did all sorts of miraculous things that were absolutely fucking miraculous, and people started to deify him, he didn't do his shadow work. And it is not right for us to deify other people. It's not, you know what I mean? It really is the spirit doing the work through you. But he said all that. He was like, it's not me. This is God. He would say all that. But people, you know, it's a slippery slope. Let me just say that it's a very slippery slope. So go check it out. And do your forgiveness work, and do your shadow work, and rest, because Mercury retrograde is kicking my ass, and maybe some of yours too. So rest. Like, take good care of yourself right now. All right, y'all. I love y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. I'm tired. Okay, bye.